Hi, I'm Denise, and welcome back to Inside the Mind Meditations. This is podcast number 7, Basic Meditation, The Fundamentals of Physical and Mental Relaxation, Part 6, Inside the Mind Meditations. We're new, so we'll be adding more podcasts about once per week henceforth. And should you like to receive notifications for future podcasts, please subscribe by pressing the little icon on the lower right-hand corner of your screen, or just check back by surfing Inside the Mind Meditations on YouTube. We'll be there. Meditation is best practiced when every day. If we decide to do it every day, that probably won't happen. However, if we think of giving ourselves this time every day, we begin to look forward to it, and then it does happen. I've been meditating every day now for 45 years, mostly because I never committed to it. But I did give myself some time every day, so it just happened. And that said, even if we've practiced meditation before, every teacher will be different. But for those who are only beginning meditation, you're probably starting to realize it's more than chanting, relaxing, and breathing. Anyone can do that. Well, actually, we all do that if we're living. And if we're not, well, we certainly are meditating because we aren't alive. However, without meditation, life can become just as unconscious and habitual as the breath. And just like we are unaware of the breath, we're chanting words all day long and really don't have a clue what we're actually doing other than talking and reacting. Uh, Perhaps beyond mindlessly speaking words, most of the time we're not even listening or really communicating, or doing so in ways that we would not personally appreciate. And then when another person reacts to us, we get upset without realizing that that person probably returned to us what we unconsciously gave them. And during these moments, we have a tendency to react even harder and think, well, they have absolutely no right to treat me that way. But then when we give them back what we think they deserve, we think we're fully justified in doing that. And I would basically call that unconscious meditation, as we move about our day with so very little awareness that we wound others with words, while during times of appreciation we fail to express that at all. And don't worry, it's normal. We all do it. It doesn't make it okay. It's just that we are not bad for doing what we do unconsciously, and what everybody else is doing either. Like they aren't bad for doing those things which we do, and we're not bad for doing what they do either. However, conscious meditation is when we actually take the time to practice meditation, and as a result, eventually, we end up doing the exact opposite of what we're doing naturally during the day. Sort of like tidying up the house after a storm and keeping it that way, or training the dog, and now finding that we have a wonderful dog to be around rather than an unruly beast. So in doing that, practicing conscious behavior throughout the day, eventually we become aware of what we are doing during our waking hours. And first we notice it much later, as we take time to contemplate and correct what we did. Then later we catch ourselves doing it right after we did the unconscious behavior. And after a while, we catch ourselves while we're doing it. And then much, much later, we actually realize we're going to do it before we do it, but then we still continue to do it anyway. And then guess what happens? Instead of just doing it anyway while observing ourselves doing it, we catch it, we stop it, and we give something else. And when that happens, we start changing our worlds. However, until then, whether we are only practicing meditation in a quiet, peaceful environment in a positive way or delivering unconscious habitual practices throughout the day, guess what we do? Right. The unconscious reaction to everything, even while we're first beginning to meditate. And why is that? Because the unconscious habitual behavior is what? A habit. Right. So practice conscious meditation creates different habits for us over time as we extend it into our daily lives. And when we do that, it's called paramita meditation because we have become consciously aware of what we are doing while are doing it, and even before we do it during the day. And when we get to that point, we actually have a choice to respond in the best way possible rather than react. And sometimes that response is simply, I'm going to think about this and I'll get back to you. However, changing unconscious behavior to conscious is one of the most challenging things we can do. It is harder than training the dog. And until we are even ready to attempt that, it's better to reflect over the day and see what we did right, and also what we didn't do right without judgment. Um, when we observe something that we did wrong, then we might like to correct it as soon as we can without any expectation of anything in return other than the accomplishment of correcting our mistake rather than excusing it. And this is how we begin to change our habits. If anyone has ever tried to change a habit, they'll recognize the ancients are correct. It takes 40 days to break a habit, 90 days to make a new one, and around 1,000 days for that habit to become a natural part of who we are. And that's if we work on it every day consciously. Because we are faced with some habits every day and others not so often, some habits will be easier to change than others. So the ones we encounter all the time will be the easiest to change. The ones that we would probably like to change most but encounter less frequently, like our anger and things like that, those are going to be a little bit harder to change, but with meditation, all things become easier. Now, let's begin in the usual way of lying down flat on our backs, if possible, with the spine straight, hands by hips, palms turned up, and take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth to ready the body for relaxation. Now, while lying on your back, let's begin by rubbing the palms of the hands together and the soles of the feet at the same time, activating all 2,000 nerve endings throughout the entire body. And having done that, please sit with your spine straight in whatever position is comfortable to you in preparation of setting our intention. And with about 5 pounds of pressure, as you press the palms of your hands together in prayer pose, press the sides of your thumbs into your breastbone with another approximate 5 pounds of pressure so that the fingers are angled away from the body at a 60-degree angle. And let's activate the thyroid now by closing the eyes 9/10 of the way and staring at the tip of your nose while crossing your eyes. And now set your intention through great feeling from the heart. And remember to begin with, I ask whatever it is for myself and for those I love, and also for the entire universe. And then feel your intention deeply within your heart. And always when you set your intention, ask for yourself as well. Now let's begin. Now please lie flat on your back while keeping your spine as straight as possible. Hands beside the hips and palms up. And allow your eyes to rest comfortably as you settle in and make any last minute adjustments for physical comfort. And now allow your mind to wander. And as your mind wanders, it's probably going back over things that happened during the day or things you anticipate will happen in the near future, but which most likely won't happen at all. But our minds will want to rehearse for them anyway. And allow your mind to do this while observing. And notice the feeling you have as you observe these thoughts, and note whether they are pleasant or not pleasant, or perhaps neutral. And opening your eyes softly, return your focus to your surroundings. Look around the room so that you become entirely aware of your space. Notice the objects within and any sounds. And as you become aware of the surroundings in your physical space, begin deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, filling the entire stomach until you can breathe in no more, and then expand the breath into the lungs, filling the rib cage expand, creating more space throughout the body. And exhale through the mouth, letting the entire body collapse as it deflates, and the navel falls toward the floor. And with, and with the next breath, gently close your eyes and settle into the space you are lying on, noticing any sounds around you and accepting them for what they are. And now turn your attention to the body and without judgment, observe. Does the body feel heavy or light, tense or at ease? And feel the weight of the body as it sinks onto the surface you are lying on, observing the points of contact for the head, the shoulders, back, hips, arms and hands, legs and feet, and feel them settling comfortably as the breath returns to normal. Now let's have an overview of the body, letting the points that want attention guide us. And when coming up on an area of discomfort, simply identify it as discomfort. And when coming up on an area of ease, then comfort, observe it for what it is, nothing more. Realize it and accept it. If a certain area or sensation persists and continually calls our attention back to it, acknowledge it and then identify it. Pain, tension, stress, tingling, whatever the sensation is. Send the feeling of love to it, and the same when arriving at an area of ease. Identify the comfort and send the feeling of gratitude to it. Appreciate the body's ability to heal and rejuvenate. Thank it. Accept all without judgment of good or bad. It is as it is, and you appreciate the awareness your body has and its remarkable ability to heal. And now that we have an overview of the body and how it is feeling, let's go more deeply into that and begin by scanning the entire body. Starting with the head, observe any sensations or points of ease in the crown of the head. The forehead and the back of the head. Just making note now, discomfort or comfort. The brow line and eyes. Ears and cheeks. Mouth and jaw. noting areas of tension and ease, and allowing space to be made for balance. The throat and neck, shoulders, upper arms and elbows, lower arms and wrists, hands and fingers, note the areas of tension and allow them to relax while observing the areas of ease. Scan the chest now and upper back. Upper abdomen and mid-back. Lower abdomen and lower back. The pelvic region and tailbone. Hips. Thighs, front and back. Knees. Lower legs. Ankles. Feet. And finally the toes. Allowing all to be as it is. Peace and not at peace. And now, feeling the body as a whole, simply become aware of it through feeling without judgment and only observation. And now observe the breath without judgment or effort. Notice the breath is light and shallow or deep and full. Is it rapid or slow? If it helps to keep your focus on the breath, place one or both hands over your tummy or whatever area you can feel the breath most in, and feel the rise and fall of your breath through your hands. Notice as the breath changes, accept and observe it for what it is. Thoughts and feelings may come and go, drawing you away from your focus on your breath. And this is normal. And when you're aware your thoughts have drawn you away, simply note, thinking or feeling. If the thought or feeling persists, note, is it pleasant or not pleasant, or neutral, and return to the breath. And if you are not able to remain focused on the breath without the mind wandering off, then assign either a mantra to each breath or count them, 1 through 10, and then return again to 1. And please allow the mind its freedom to do as it will now. And now you may choose to go to sleep or be on with your day. And if you wish to go to sleep, if you are able, please turn on your right side or turn your head to the right and drift off to the sound of my voice after giving gratitude for the day and also for tomorrow. And if you wish to rise, please slightly turn your head to the left and become aware of your body, your fingers and toes, hands and feet, legs and arms, tummy and torso, shoulders, neck, face and head, and finally your body as a whole. And recognize Does the body feel heavy or light, relaxed or tense? Now recognize your points of contact. And become aware of the sounds around you. And open your eyes and become aware of your surroundings, the things you see and hear. And make note of them without judgment. And after giving gratitude for the day, while holding the feeling of joy in your heart, you may rise when you're ready. And I hope you had a great time at Inside the Mind Meditations. And please feel free to subscribe to our channel should you wish for future notifications. All the meditations are free, as well. Your comments are always appreciated. And good day or night, and I hope to relax and meditate with you soon. Thank you.